Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where today we have a couple packages and we're going to be unboxing them and taking a look at them. I'll probably be, talking a little bit, rambling. So, I got two boxes here today. One from Big Bad Toy Store and one from Plaza Japan. And the one from Plaza Japan I ordered on Wednesday. It is now Friday. And yeah, this came from Osaka, Japan. That's crazy good time. And don't get me wrong, the Big Bad Toy Store one isn't it didn't take forever. I ordered it on Tuesday, and it got here on Friday. They're in Minnesota, so they're a little bit closer to me. I live in Kansas. But, the Osaka one is just really crazy how fast it got here. And I wasn't expecting it to be here till the end of the month because I had an item pre-ordered that wasn't expected to release till June 31st, or June 30th. And I think it got released earlier than expected, even in Japan. So I'm very excited for that. 3 figures I'm really excited about in that box, but we're gonna start off with the other box, which is the one from Big Bad Toy Store. And don't get me wrong, I'm still excited about what's in the Big Bad Toy Store box, but Plaza Japan one is just really exciting. So I was scrolling one night on Plaza Japan, and I planned on picking up some Hiya Toys with Godzilla figures, because I've been really obsessed with Godzilla. I mean, I've been obsessed with Godzilla since a kid. It's just, SH Monster Arts are really expensive, and I don't think they're that good most of the time. And, Hiya Toys is really new. I didn't know anything about Hiya Toys until 2 months ago. But I've been trying to just fill out the Marvel collection. That's really important to me, the Marvel collection, the DC collection, and the Turtle collection. But I like getting, miscellaneous toys, so I'll probably start on a Godzilla collection and mix in some Ultraman, some Evangelion, and maybe some Kamen Rider, even though there's no really Kamen Riders figures that will scale with those big ass, mechs and stuff, but that's okay just to have them all on the shelf, But those types of figures, Gamera, Mothra's my favorite kaiju, so I'll definitely be getting that Mothra and Tsuko SH Monster Arts 2-pack. And when the Super 7 Classic Mothra and Batra come out, getting those as well. I love Mothra. She is my favorite monster, Queen of the Monsters. I love her so very much. I will be getting any Mothra I can get. I love her. So keep a lookout for that type of stuff. And then I've also been really obsessed with the game Force Unleashed. I just replayed through those. Such good games. And Sam Witwer is one of my favorite in the gaming industry right now. And I love his work. I mean, Days Gone is one of my favorite games. It gets a lot of flack, and it does have a few issues, don't get me wrong, but every game does. No game is perfect. But it's really good. It's a underrated gem. If you haven't played Days Gone, for the story alone, I recommend it. I'm one of those people. I don't think anyone else agrees with me. Well, I know a few people in my life do, but they're the people I got hooked on Days Gone. I like it more than The Last of Us. I just do. I prefer Deacon over Joel. But I still love Joel and Ellie, don't get me wrong. I just prefer Deacon over Joel because I'm a big Sam Witwer fan. So now we're going to get into the box of goodies. So for the first one up, I just picked up the NECA Slash. He was on sale. I mean, it doesn't seem like a sale item, but it was $29.99. I think NECA figures are pretty overpriced, but Slash is my favorite Ninja Turtle character. He's up there with Donatello and my boy Casey Jones. So yeah, I definitely had to get him. He's my favorite of the Mutanimals, even though I don't know if he's officially part of the Mutanimals, but he joins up with them. So, and speaking of Mutanimals, we have Man Ray, Jaguar, and Dreadmon on the back. I'll probably pick up these guys too. These two are on Big Bad Toy Store right now. Jaguar and Man Ray. Dreadmon, I can just get on eBay. He's pretty easy to find right now. And then, yeah, I want to get that Krang as Shredder from the Archie comics. I love the Archie comic stuff, so I can't wait to get all the figures I want from Ninja Turtles eventually. But Slash he's a number one, and I cannot wait to get this guy in the package and play with him. And I love the packaging on this. This looks great. NECA does a really good job with their packaging, and they do a really good job with their aesthetics in general on their figures. It's just the articulation that's a little bit, hit or miss. But yeah, I got Slash. I'll probably get all of the other variants of Slash, even if I don't like the cartoon version of Slash. I'll still probably get all of the other variants. And then, who else? Oh yeah, Leatherhead. I plan on picking up that Mirage Leatherhead. And there's also a figure called Crocker by, I think, Maestro Union, the people that do like the werewolves and stuff. And he would work pretty well as a. He even comes with a shotgun and like a hat and stuff like the old Playmates toy. So I think he'll also work as like a Mezco style Leatherhead if you wanted to do that. So I'm gonna get him as well probably. See which one I like more. One will go as a Leatherhead. Probably the Neko will just be my Leatherhead. And I think Crocker I will turn into Killer Croc, even though it's not exactly. I don't really like Killer Croc to be an actual crocodile, but I think it'll work for until I get a better Killer Croc. So, next up, rest in peace, Diamond Select Toys. We've got these are a couple figures I've been needing to get for a while now, and I'm glad to finally get them. I decided to get them before they, shoot up in price. Like, I kept debating on getting the Red Hulk, and then now that's like $60, and I don't know if I want to pay $60 for a Diamond Select toy. All the Guardians figures are really expensive, and I want all those aside from Star-Lord. Well, I don't want Gamora either because she doesn't scale, but I really want the Drax because Drax can be big. I don't mind that, and I really want the Rocket. That's the best comic book Rocket, and same with Groot. So I'll probably be forking over a little bit of cash for those, but yeah. And then I think next month, or honestly next paycheck, I'll probably pick up the Gamerverse. Well, I think that's what Marvel Legends goes by. But the Spider-Man, the PS4 Spider-Man, because I've been doing a replay of that. We'll get into that in a minute. I'll probably pick him up and the Beta Ray Bill. Even though Beta Ray Bill doesn't come with a lot and he doesn't scale at all, Beta Ray Bill is my favorite Thor character, and there's not really that many good figures of him. I'll probably also be picking up the Marvel Legends and then getting a custom cape for it. Thinking about the old Toy Biz too, just to have it, just because that's his best look and I just like it. But yeah, Titanium Man. The Winter Guard. I think he's part of the Winter Guard, right? Yeah, I thought. He's sometimes part of it. He's not always part of it, but he's consistently enough a part of it. And he's a Russian Marvel character, so this one will be reviewed. I'll be reviewing him because I'm really excited for this guy. And I like Diamond Select Toys a lot. And rest in peace to them. And in that same vein, we got Crimson Dynamo. This is the one I'm most excited for because I love the Winter Guard, and he's definitely a part of the Winter Guard. The only Winter Guard figure I have in my collection right now is the Red Widow, and she's fine, but she's not my favorite. I want to pick up the old Marvel Legends. They call him Vanguard now, but I'm drawing a blank on his name. I'm just going to call him Vanguard because I can't remember his name right now. Forgive me for that. Red Guardian. Sorry, I was drawing a blank on that. And Ursa Major is tricky because I don't want the Marvel Legends really that badly because it doesn't seem that articulated. So I think I'm going to get the War Bear from Medi Toys and use that as my version of him. And then I got to get Darkstar and all those characters. So there's also a lot of characters they haven't released from that line. I mean, Titanium Man and this version of Crimson Dynamo are in the Marvel Legends. So that's why I got them in this. And they look pretty cool. Got that. Looks like Robo Don't Know, which is the guy that left Floosh, if anyone doesn't know. It's old news now, but it's still how I know him as the Floosh guy for now. This figure looks great. And he's actually the reason I know about these figures in the first place. I followed Diamond Select Toys back in my youth, let's say. But I'm still young. But now I want to actually get a few of them that I actually like. And the Spider-Man looks like it'll scale. It'll be a little tall, but it looks like it'll scale okay because he's a short character. But in the Spider-Verse, it's not going to be my main Spider-Man or anything. And he comes with really good accessories. Really, all of these figures do. Besides, like, Beta Ray Bill, I think, literally only comes with his hammer. I think that's it. Just Stormbreaker, so that's crazy. And then we got the things I'm really, really excited. Well, next up we got... This is an older figure, but I needed him for the collection. We got Kang. This is not a Build-A-Figure I'm ever going to complete. I do want Jocasta, and I do want Thunderstrike. I already have a really good Falcon, and I hate that game, the Marvel Avengers game. I bought it. I pre-ordered it for like the most that you could pre-order it for at the time because I wanted the extra skin and stuff because I'm a huge Marvel fan. I mean, I love the Avengers. And then it ruined me. And then, yeah, this is not... There's a better Joe Fixit out there. I love Joe Fixit. I will probably pick up Joe Fixit eventually. But I do need Jocasta for West Coast Avengers. I keep forgetting she's on West Coast Avengers. I just... Yeah. So, and then Thunderstrike, you know, I'll get him eventually because the Thor collection. I already have Jane Foster. I have regular Thor. Even though the Thor I have is technically Eric Masterson, which is the same character as Thunderstrike, I use him as my 616 Thor, or my regular Thor and Son. They're both 616. And then I'll probably pick up the Mezco when that comes out for my classic Thor, even if that raises in price like every other Mezco's been doing lately. All the classic Mezcos have been doing. So, we'll see. And then my pre-order went through for this guy, and it almost got declined, but I'm glad I was able to pay this guy as fast as possible because I love Angel. He's one of my favorite X-Men. He's in my top 5. He used to be my favorite, but it was always between him and Cyclops, and and actually Iceman. Those are my 3 favorite X-Men. But Cyclops just inches those 2 out just by a little bit. It's probably Cyclops, and then Angel. Bobby and Warren are kind of interchangeable. I love them both. Archangel's not my favorite look for him, but Uncanny X-Men is one of my favorite teams. Very nostalgic for me, that early 2000s or the comic books I remember getting while they were releasing. That art style, very gritty, very neat. People associate, the 90s for being really edgy. The early 2000s were the edgiest time in comic books, in my opinion. So, and in that same vein, I also got the 2-pack with Warpath and X-23. Mostly for X-23. I wasn't planning on honestly building this team out, but you'll see in this order in a second, the Japan order. That's quickly going to happen. I just need to probably get the Mafex Wolverine, X-Force Wolverine, probably. Maybe I'll go with the Mezco, but he's tall, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get both, because Mezco always has really good accessories, so I could swap those out between the 2. And then you'll see I have a member in here. And I'm hoping that they update Psylocke and Phantom X. Since they're doing, apparently there's a leak that they're doing a deluxe style Nimrod. So maybe they'll do those other 2 from that pack, because I mean, on a new body for Psylocke would be great. My favorite female X-Men character. And then, we just need Phantom X for the team. And I think that's it. If only, Scott wore a gray and black team uniform with these guys, that would be really cool. And then I'd have to pick that up, but he doesn't, sadly. So yeah. X-23 in probably her most iconic costume. I'm glad to get this version, but I do hope that they update the Wolverine Laura, because that's my favorite look for her, probably. I just love the blue and the yellow. And then last but not least, this is probably the one I'm most excited for, is the Gamerverse Venom. He's just so big and cool. He's even bigger than I thought he would be, honestly. I'm doing a replay of these games right now, like I said. Well, okay, I'm replaying the second one. The first one, I've played it so many times I didn't need to. I mean, I'll probably still play that again because it's such a fun game. I just like playing that. The stories. If the second game had the gameplay from that game and then the story from the first game quality, it would be almost a perfect Spider-Man game. There are always things that can be improved. There's characters I do not like in the game that I think, they definitely need to improve on. But besides that, making Peter Parker way too nice. He should have a little tooth to him. And then the Black Suit saga, I think, was definitely rushed in that game. I think some of the characters are just samey. They just want every character in the game to be nice. The good guys are all just nice. That's their whole personality. So hopefully in the third one, they introduce my favorite character, Silk. Well, not my favorite character, but my favorite Spider-Woman-esque character, woman Spider-Verse character. So hopefully they improve that game, because I love her, and seeing her with Miles in a game will be so fun. If they did the Clone Saga, I'd be down for that no matter how bad the game was. Unless they absolutely massacred my boy Ben. But yeah, very excited for this. I have all the Gamerverse pre-ordered. Black Cat is my favorite character, as everyone probably knows. And that's probably my favorite interpretation of her. I mean, I just love that. I mean, it's It's not, but it is. I mean, it's really one of the few interpretations of her outside the comic books that is a little bit different. And I just really like the costume. I think the looks in these games are really nice. And yeah, I liked the direction they took with her character in the second game, even though she wasn't in it for a lot, but I liked her. So yeah, I'm glad to have her. And then all the other Spider-Man are literally just going to get thrown on the Spider-Verse shelf. This Venom is just, I got this Venom to be a comic book Venom. So, I mean, he works as one for the most part, so we'll see about that. I don't like, by the way, I'm one of those people that wishes this was Eddie Brock, but even if it wasn't Eddie Brock, they still characterized Venom very poorly, in my opinion, and they rushed it all, and I think they should have had a whole game for the black suit instead of like a few hours and then followed by the Venom storyline. I think that's what it should have. Even if I had to wait a few years for the Venom storyline, I would have been fine with that. But those leaks also kind of ruined everything that came out with, Insomniac. So sadly, hopefully they learn some lessons with the new Wolverine game, because I am still very excited for that. Because all things considered, the Spider-Man 2 gameplay was really fucking fun. The story's not my favorite, but the gameplay, I thought, was pretty, the best one in the series. Like, the swinging was up, I miss suit powers, but it's not the worst thing ever to not have them. So, yeah. Let's look at these. These are really exciting. Okay. We're gonna start off with this, okay, yeah. These two boxes are definitely the same character, the same, I know them because I ordered two of the same character. You'll see what I mean in a second. Marvel Japan, really packed these guys up, holy crap. We've got, yep. They must have stopped that. In the past, every order I've had with Plaza Japan, they've always sent like a knick-knack, like a little gift or something. And I was just making sure that, and that was before I was doing unboxing videos on my figures that I buy. Because I didn't feel like it was enough, but now I do. Okay, so we're going to open these guys up and we're going to look at what these are. So, mentioned Uncanny X-Force already. So, probably already caught a bit of a glimpse of that, but I ordered the Revoltech Deadpool and the X-Force variant as well. So I'll be doing a double review on these because they're the same figures, just different color schemes. Yeah. It started off me just wanting the X-Force one. Well, I mean, I've wanted this guy since the original 2.0, and since there wasn't that many X-Force figures besides there was like Wolverine, Phantom X, and Psylocke, and old female Marvel Legends are just not good. There was Deadpool, but this would have been the Deadpool I wanted, and I'm glad I got him. But what I'm saying is, I never got this guy, and I never wanted this guy that much because I couldn't really fill out the team. I had the Mezco for a while. I completely destroyed that guy trying to make him into a nice redhead custom. I was such an amateur and an idiot at the time. I still do that sometimes. It happens in customizing. I mean, I'm not like a real customizer. I just like mess with parts and like see what fits. But yeah, very excited for these two. Can't wait to have them on the shelf. And the one I pre-ordered is the one that I wanted the most. This is the Amazing Yamaguchi I've wanted the most. Up there with the Moon Knight. He might get edged out right now by Deathstroke just because I really want a Deathstroke figure, and I already have a figure of this guy. The Agent Venom. This is the reissue of the Agent Venom. I was not expecting this to come out this early. And I'm so happy I got this guy. I almost bought the CT Toys one. I still might because they have Agent Anti-Venom, and I don't see this getting an Anti-Venom release. I do hope eventually it does, because I think that would be awesome. And there's just a few parts they need to change out. Even if they just did a full repaint of this whole figure in white, it would be inaccurate, but I'd still buy it because I love Agent Venom that much. Flash Thompson as Venom is just... And since they did a recolor of this guy, I'm hoping that means they'll do one of him. I'm hoping they'll do the black and white color of Moon Knight. And then, I mean, they'll probably eventually do the black suit for Spider-Man. I mean, how could they not? That's such an iconic suit, alternate suit. And they've already done Agent Venom and Venom. I mean, and then I'm hoping, you know, we have Gwen, and she's not that well loved, is she? I mean, she is loved, but give us Miles Morales. How have we not gotten a Miles Morales? Literally just shorten him a little bit, and that's all. That you can use the same body as Peter. Even if you just want to do an adult Miles Morales and do the same exact body that you use for Peter, that can work. Just give me Miles Morales. But rant over. Very excited to get this guy in, and I'm excited to open him up and play with him. The first review I'll probably do is, I don't know, I'll probably do the Marvel Selects first, because those are the ones... I'm probably least excited for those. I'm not reviewing the Kang because he's an old figure and I don't have the whole wave or anything, and it's not the new one with like the chair and the couple faces and stuff. He's not important. I'm just gonna throw him up on the villain shelf behind me. But I'm definitely reviewing all the Amazing Yamaguchis, the Gamerverse Venom, all of the X-Force figures. I'll probably do all 3 of them in one video. Maybe. We'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna review everything but the Kang, and I'm very excited for all of them. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments and what you want to see, what figures you think would be interesting, what figures you think I would think were interesting. I do have the both the Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom, Gamerverse, they're calling them, 2-packs. I have the Wolverine and the Venom ones pre-ordered. Venom is the one I want from one, and then Silver Samurai is the one I want from the others. I think those are the 2 least desirable figures apparently, and those are the 2 I want. Could not secure a Psylocke and Thanos pre-order, and that's the pack I want both of those from, because I think the Mafex is too short, and I don't have a Thanos yet, so I'm gonna be paying out the ass for those. And speaking of paying out the ass, that Shauna 3-pack being an SDC exclusive makes me want to do bad things. It makes me want to do bad things. I need all 3 of those characters. Rogue is the least desirable of that pack because I already have a Rogue. I'm going to get the Mafex Rogue. But even her, I love that look for Rogue. It's a cool look. I need the Shauna, though, and I need the Sauron. I need them. So exciting. Yeah, I'm a Savage Land guy. I love a Savage Land. I always have. Always loved dinosaurs and stuff, so that's upsetting. Very much upsetting. So I'll be paying probably upwards of $200 for that. Maybe not, because the Deadpool and Hydra Bob 2-pack didn't go. I still don't think that's very expensive on the aftermarket. But we do have a bunch of Deadpools, and the Hydra Bob's not that desirable to people. I still want the Hydra Bob, and I did want the Deadpool until I bought the best Deadpool on the market, in my humble opinion. So we'll see. Hopefully, I can pick up that pack. Hopefully, I can pick up that pack for fairly cheap. Less than 100, maybe? Well, the pack alone is 99, I think, already. Less than 200, hopefully. But I probably will spend 200 on it if I have to, because I'm a very big Savage Lands, fan. And yeah, I already have Zabu and Kazar. Hasbro, why do you do this to us? Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll also be picking up the rest of the Marvel vs. Capcom wave. Shimagaroth, or Shumagroth, or what do they call him? Because they can't get that licensing, they call him something else. I'll be definitely getting that figure. Big Marvel vs. Capcom fan, so now that we're getting actual figures from that, I have the Mafex Spider-Man that looks Marvel vs. Capcom, so that works. And then I literally only have 2 Capcom figures. I have Mega Man and I have Cammy from Jaded Toys. I'll be getting more of those. Definitely at least Chun-Li, Ken, and Ryu, and probably Guile, because I like Guile. Blanca too, probably. And then I gotta find some other Capcom figures, even though I'm not that versed in the Capcom stuff. But Or Resident Evil, definitely. I'm getting some Resident Evil figures. I just love Resident Evil. That's my favorite Capcom franchise. Love Resident Evil. Leon Kennedy is like my favorite game protagonist ever. So yeah, and I know there's a couple. He's not in any of the Marvel vs. Capcom games, but I know there's some good Leon figures, like third party. And then Chris, obviously I have to get Chris. And I think Claire is in one of the games, so I'll get Claire. And I just want to get them all anyway, so. And then a few Mega Man characters probably we'll have to pick up. And then if they did, I don't know if there's a Frank West from Dead Rising out there at all, but pick up him as well. So, you know, I'm not that versed in the Capcom characters, but the ones I do know, I know. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys when I review these. I got some stuff I'm doing this weekend, hanging out with friends and stuff, you know. Gonna go to the beach and drink if it doesn't rain. And then my cousin's coming down for the first time in like a few months. I haven't seen him in so long. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.